Thanks for joining us. We're live from the Weather Channel Forecast Center. I'm Sharon Result, and here to update you on the very latest winter storm. This one producing some significant icing conditions as we head into parts of the southeast and producing a potential for more snowfall into parts of the north and heading on into areas in the northeast as well. Very cold air also associated with this storm. Here's the satellite picture, and with this you can get a very good view for just how much of the nation is being affected. A lot of precipitation in the form of snow as we head on up to the north, and seeing some rain and some strong thunderstorms along the deep south. But even talking about some snow, believe it or not, in portions of Alabama, and as we head on into North Georgia, just north of that line, we're actually seeing a little mixture of some precipitation, some icy conditions in the form of some sleet and some freezing rain. There's a look at temperatures, and now you get a good feel in the south why things are so critical. Atlanta, Georgia down to 32 right now. Just to the north of Atlanta, around Marietta, Georgia, some sleet being reported. Temperatures below the 32-degree mark, and even earlier this afternoon, reports of some problems around Bartow County. We also have word that Delta at the airport in Atlanta is stopping all of their flights as of 8 o'clock this evening. So as of now, no more flights with Delta Airlines out of Atlanta because of all the problems associated, not just in the Atlanta area, but where some of those planes might have to go. If they're heading into Tennessee, problems there, and problems as we head up into parts of the Carolinas and Virginia as well. The winds also a big factor with this storm. Wind chills in the brutally cold category heading into the upper Midwest, and quite cold too, where our own Jill Brown is standing by. She is there live in Washington, D.C., talking about some more snow on the way, right, Jill?
That's right, Sharon. We are on the banks of the Potomac here, looking back toward the Lincoln Memorial, and that's Independence Avenue with still a few cars out there. Traffic today, believe it or not, was running along pretty smoothly. They had the schools closed, a lot of businesses closed early. Some of the courts were even closed today because of the snow that they had this morning. That was around 2 to 3 inches. Nice and quiet today, gave folks a chance to shovel off the 2 or 3 inches, get to the grocery store, get to the video store, and get home, because now we're in the midst of round number 2. Now, I heard you talking about airport delays in Atlanta. I can see the planes taking off from International Airport close to us here, and you might even hear them going overhead occasionally. So conditions at the airports here are still pretty good, but as the evening wears on, the snow's going to get heavier, and then by tomorrow morning, as it starts winding down, we should have anywhere from 6 to possibly 10 or 11 inches of snow, with the heavier stuff being on the south side of the city here.
Folks in D.C. have had a lot of practice with these storms so far this season. It sounds like they're pretty well prepared for this one.
That's right. They really were. This is not going to be the biggest storm they've seen this year. There are the planes going overhead, so yes, they're taking off from National. But they, again, have been out at the grocery stores getting ready. The last storm that they had, of course, is going to be much bigger than this one. But getting 6 to 10 inches of snow in Washington, D.C. will bring things down to pretty much a standstill in many areas.
So the fortunate part being the fact that it's happening on a Saturday as well. So that is some better news. At least most people won't be heading out and about. Jill, thank you very much. We'll be checking in with you periodically throughout the night. In the meantime, let's talk a little bit about some problems heading down into Norfolk, Virginia. Just want to show you how bad these conditions can become with the icy roadways. Streets and highways cause all kinds of troubles there with the ice, fender benders, and even some major road accidents, as you can see here. The bitter cold is expected tonight, and it's going to make driving conditions that much worse. In addition, nearly 1/5 of the city lost electricity as freezing sleet and tree limbs snapped some of the power lines. So some problem areas definitely as we head on into Virginia. And we do have new reports now from Virginia Power indicating that some 95,000 customers are without power in the Hampton Roads area. So the southeastern part of the state really getting socked with some icy conditions. What we're looking at now is a little bit of snow heading on into Altoona, Pennsylvania, on up toward the Scranton area. This is snowfall across this region, but we don't have to travel too far south before we run into problems. We've had some problems in Richmond with some freezing rain across this area, back down into the Norfolk area as well. So definitely talking about some problem areas across parts of the Northeast. We can zoom in a little bit closer, still seeing again a little frozen precipitation heading into western portions of Virginia, and as you can see there with Jill, mainly just a snow event, some light snow coming down around the Washington, D.C. area at this time. We'll zoom in on the current map here, and you can see in the areas in orange indicating where we have some more of the frozen precipitation. North Georgia extending into northern sections of North Carolina. We're going to be talking about that, and in fact, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's been happening in Middle Tennessee, some problems there, and our own Jeff Morrow is standing by to tell us about problems that you've experienced throughout the day there. Jeff?
Well, Sharon, it's been a rough day. It's been a long day, I'll tell you that. We were out late last night as the storm was just moving in. We were south of Nashville, and the snow and the sleet and the freezing rain was all coming down. Had a pretty interesting drive back to Nashville last night, and then get back up early this morning to find it snowing pretty hard. But the wind chill was bad, but it wasn't terrible yet. But I got to tell you, as the day has worn on, particularly into this evening, the winds have really picked up. I suspect as this storm is wrapping up to our south and moving up along the coast, it is really starting to kick up the wind here, gently out of the north-northeast, really bringing some of that cold Arctic air down here, as that is the main threat tonight. Now, we do have some snow-packed roadways behind me, and this is a major roadway that runs into Murfreesboro, which is back beyond, and right here is where this highway intersects with Interstate 24. That interstate fairly clear, some blowing snow still a problem, maybe some icy patches, but the main problem tonight, the wind chill, and we're definitely feeling it here tonight.
That's right, Jeff. You've actually got wind chills about 12 below there, and they'll continue to go down as temperatures continue to drop. Thank you very much. That was Jeff Morrow reporting to us from just south and east of the Nashville area in Middle Tennessee. Let's take you into Chattanooga. Folks here experiencing a lot of problems, not only some power outages, but cars and vans, of course, needed some extra help to get around.